Okay, my friends, we are still in chapter 1, but ending chapter 1. So we're going to look at Titus chapter 1, verse 10 to 14. You know what I like in my grandmother's Bible? I got to keep reminding them my grandmother's Bible is old and raggedy. They don't have no subheadings, right? So the back then grandma had to read this stuff and they had to figure out what comes next. But then in these new Bibles, right, they got all these subheadings, right? You can look at subheadings. And so chapter 1, verse 10 to 14, the subheading for that one is the elder's task. Because we learned before that, all that greeting went on with Paul and Timothy. And then after that, to talk about the qualifications of the church. And now in the same chapter, he's telling about the elder's task. So let me read that for you. Okay, verse 10 says, "For there are many insubordinate, both idle talkers and deceivers, especially those of the circumcision, whose mouth must be stopped, ooh, ooh, who subvert whole households, teaching things which they ought not, for the sake of the dishonest gain." That sounds like a conversation going on. Wow. One of them, a prophet of their own, said, "Cretans are always liars, evil beasts, lazy glutton." Verse 13, "This testament is true." Oh, that's 4 words in that verse. Did you see that verse is 4 words? Let me say it again. Verse 13 is, "This testimony is true." Oh, another short one. "Therefore," no, it's not really. There's more to it. So let's take that back. "Therefore, rebuke them sharply, that they may be sound in the faith." Right? So that was a little sentence going on. Verse 14, "Not giving heed to Jewish fables and commandments of men who turn from the truth. To the pure, all things are pure." Wow. "But to those who are defiled and unbelieving, nothing is pure." Ooh. "But even their mind and conscience are defiled." Oh, goodness. Verse 16, "They profess to know God, but in works they deny him, being abominable, disobedient, and disqualified for every good work." Wow, this is good stuff. This is good. So, what did we learn right here in this last chapter? A lot of problem solving, right? So let's refresh our minds, right? So Titus was a trusted son. He was a troubleshooter. He was a task-oriented specialist, and he was teachable. I got it. I got it. And so we see right here. So now in the same chapter, we're talking about problem solving. Titus is the man to look for. He's a problem solver. And so I'm gonna share with you what some of the things that John Maxwell wrote in his when it comes to leadership and interpreting this whole section. Because while Timothy had a shepherd's heart and a tendency towards timidity, Titus was the man to call upon when a church had a problem. Ooh, maybe I need to. Oh, Titus, come on. Listen, Titus was the man to call on, right? Because the Apostle Paul sent Titus to both Corinth and he sent him to Crete to organize the chaos, right? That and establish leaders. So follow with me. This whole chapter is seriously good. Titus later returned to Corinth to organize the offering Paul wanted to collect for the church in Jerusalem. Still later, when conflict arose between the Corinthian church and Paul, Titus took the initiative. He took the initiative and he negotiated with the church until he achieved peace. So he was a problem solver, he was a negotiator, he was task oriented, he was teachable, he was a trusted son, he was a troubleshooter. Oh, I'm getting it. Come with me. Don't leave me here. Right? And Paul trusted him. Paul trusted him where more than anyone else to solve problems and to make peace among the people. So we're learning a lot of things about Titus. This excites me that we're doing this and we're sharing together. And I love to hear what you think as you listen and walk through this with me, because I believe that when we can synergize and talk about it and have conversation about it, it makes sense. Now we know that problem solving is the fastest way to gain leadership. I mean, you want to be a great leader, show that you can solve problem. And let alone let things go awry. Left alone, people just go astray if there's nobody to solve the problem. Left alone, sometimes plans can go amiss. So when someone steps forward with a solution, that person, that lady, that woman, man, or whoever that leader is, they catch the attention of other people, right? When you start stepping out and start trying to fix stuff, people really take notice. And so the man with the plan is the man with the power. The man with the plan is the man with power. May I say, the woman with the plan is the woman with the power. And so, what I want to share from you with this is out of Titus, we are learning about some good problem solvers. And again, these are just some characteristics of good problem solving. So, here's the thing: number one, they anticipate problems. Titus anticipated a problem in Corinth and he prevented a possible church split up. He saw it coming. Think about it, right? Problem solvers accept the truth. Number two, Titus was very, very honest with Paul and the troubled churches he led. And so what he did was he faced the reality that we have a problem. We do. The church is falling, splitting. We have a problem. And I guess that's why Paul sent him anyway, right? Number three is problem solvers see the big picture. Now, this is good for me. I'm learning so much and I'm excited that we're sharing it together. You know, Titus knew how to deal with the church in Crete due to his larger perspective. And that's something I'm still learning. How's your perspective? He knew how to do that because he had a large perspective of how to solve problems. He was a trusted son, troubleshooter, task-oriented specialist, and teachable. I'm telling you, I'm so glad I can remember this stuff. Listen, problem solvers, they handle one thing at a time. Now I need to read this over again for me. Problem solvers, they handle one thing. See, Titus took the initiative and dealt with one major conflict at a time. You know, in employee engagement, when I teach leaders about problem solving and engagement, I teach them only one thing and always one thing for me and my team. It's coming back to me now. That's what Titus did. Only one thing and always one thing at a time to manage the conflict. Oh my gosh, thank you. All right. The fifth one is problem solvers, they don't give up on a major goal when they're down. Ladies, scoop up. Gentlemen, scoop up, because I know you're out there too. This is big. This is big. When you face a problem, how do you handle it? How do you react? Do you ignore it and just hope that it goes away? Like, oh, it will go away. Do you feel paralyzed or powerless? Now, this is good for me. I'm asking these questions, but I'm asking myself, do we get paralyzed? Do we feel powerless? Do we tend to give up after one attempt at a solution? I mean, like, am I alone out here? I just want to be sure. Because the ability to solve problems comes from experiencing and facing and overcoming obstacles. You know, some people are just good at problem solving because they've been through a lot. They've just been through so much that when the problem, you're like going crazy, like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening to me. They're like, oh, calm down. It's going to be okay. No, it's not going to be okay. It's not going to be okay. I can't believe it. They've been through so many problems. Like, these are some teachable moments for me. If you never try, fail, and try again, you'll never understand the mastery that comes with solving problems, mastering the difficulty. So, as I wrap this up, and Titus is teaching us a lot, to improve our problem solving skills, here's some things we can do. Look for trouble. Like, who looks for trouble? But yes, look for trouble. Don't avoid problems, attack them. Use caution, but find them and take them up to someone with experience in the area. We learn to solve problems by pursuing them. Somebody says, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Look for trouble. Number two, develop a method. And this is big for us, especially women. Come up with a system. Take time to discover the real issue. Find out what others have done Have your team study options, or have your family study options, to start thinking, oh my goodness, I'm having a moment here. Gosh, this is good. Prioritize solutions and try one. Oh my. Prioritize solutions and try one. And here's the thing, surround yourself with problem solvers. Surround yourself with problem solvers. Here's the thing, find others who complement your weaknesses. Ooh, which one of you I need to call right now? Find others who complement your weaknesses, and especially if you aren't a good problem solver. Listen, sometimes I'm good, I'm a coach, or sometimes I'll say something and people are like, oh my God, you're so good. And the next time I'm like, I can't figure it out. Ooh. So that happens to me. Diverse thinking allows you to solve a variety of problems. Folks, we just learned all these things. Look for trouble, develop a method, surround yourself with problem solvers. What are some things that we need to do when it comes to understanding good problem solvers? They anticipate the problem, they accept the truth, they see the big picture, they handle one thing at a time, and they don't give up when a major goal gets them down, or try to get them done. This was so good. Thank you so much for allowing me to just explore Titus. We just went just chapter 1. So come on, my friends, don't leave me out. We're going to do this together because we have chapter 2. But I love dissecting this. I want to know what you're thinking and what would be your next steps for the next problem that you have. Whew, I've got to go write some things down because I'm going to answer that question for myself. Listen, my friends, hey, talk to God. He's waiting to hear from you. Take care.